Hi everybody, today we're going to take a look at how to attach a RAM-B-238 diamond-shaped plate to the back of a RAM cradle. Many RAM cradles have a similar design on the back. They have this diamond shape and this two-hole pattern, and that two-hole pattern is designed to accommodate this piece, RAM-B-238 diamond-shaped plate with 1-inch ball. This plate I have here has a 1-inch ball, but you can actually get the same plate with a 1.5-inch C-size ball depending on your application. So there's 2 holes on the back of the cradle, there are 2 holes in that plate, and that will just bolt right onto the back. The cradle comes with hardware to attach it, and you can bolt that plate onto the back of the cradle and build out the rest of your mount. The cradle, though, does not come with this diamond-shaped plate. This part is purchased separately or as part of a bundle. Now, some RAM cradles, rather than having a diamond shape on the back, have a round shape on the back, like this one. Has that circular shape and 4 holes. And there's another one here as well. And that's going to accommodate this round plate, which would be a RAM-B-202 for a 1-inch ball, or a RAM-202 for a 1.5-inch ball. Everything that I'm going to explain to you here today is going to apply to this as well. It's just that instead of attaching 2 nuts and bolts, you're going to need to attach 4 nuts and bolts. But everything else is the same idea. When you purchase a RAM cradle with that diamond shape on the back, it's going to come with some hardware like this. You're going to get 2 nuts, and you're also going to get 3 sets of bolts, of which 2 will be long, 2 will be medium, and you will get 2 short ones as well. If you're attaching this plate to the back, RAM-B-238, you're probably going to want to use the medium length bolts. That's probably going to be the best fit for you. You could use the short ones if you wanted to. Those are actually designed to attach another plate to the back that RAM doesn't even make anymore. So if you're going with the metal plate, you can really just put those short ones off to the side and not even worry about them. The longer bolts are there if you are going to attach this plate to the back, which is an RAP-B-238. This is a plastic plate with a 1-inch ball. So these 2 parts are the same. They're both diamond shapes. They both have the 2-hole pattern on the bottom, same ball size, except that one is made out of plastic and it has a thicker base. That's the one on the right. The metal one has a thinner plate to it. That's the one on the left. So a thicker plate needs longer bolts to hold it onto the back of the cradle. Today, though, we are going to attach this metal plate to the back, so we'll put the longer bolts off to the side as well. So now we're left with the diamond-shaped plate. You have the 2 medium-sized bolts, the 2 nuts, and we can now take our cradle. There's 2 hex-shaped holes in the back of the cradle, and you can take one of the nuts. There's a light-colored side to it and a dark-colored side to it. You want to drop that into the hex shape in the cradle with the light-colored side facing out toward you, and make sure that when it falls in there, it is flush against the back and it didn't fall onto its side or anything. Hold that nut in place with your fingers so that it doesn't fall out, and flip over the cradle. And now you're going to take that diamond-shaped plate, position that over the holes, just balance it there. Take one of the bolts and just get that thread started a little bit, holding the nut in place with your finger still so it doesn't come out the other side. Just get that thread started. Now you are going to repeat the process, do the exact same thing again. Take the nut, drop it into the hex shape, make sure that the light colored side is the one facing out toward you. Hold that in place while you flip it over. Drop the bolt in and just get that thread started a little bit, so that it does not fall out the other side. The final step here is taking your screwdriver and just using that to tighten up the bolts the rest of the way from the back of the cradle. The hex shape in the front that I showed you before is actually going to hold the nuts in place, so you don't need to worry about using a wrench or pliers or anything. You can just tighten it up. Some people, when they attach this diamond plate to the back, use a product like Loctite or something like it. And I would actually advise against it for a couple reasons. The main one being that there's a compound in it that will actually disintegrate this RAM cradle. And that's not covered under the lifetime warranty. It'll break your cradle. And beyond that, you don't need it. So just stick with the nuts and bolts, the hardware that come with it. So we have that plate now attached onto the back. You can take your GPS or whatever device you are mounting, drop that into the cradle, and you can use that in conjunction with the rest of your RAM mount components. So for example, here I have a suction cup. I'll put an arm on that. That 1-inch ball from the back of the cradle can go into the open socket. I can position it as needed, tighten up the knob all the way on the arm, and now I have my RAM mount all completed here. I have my GPS in the cradle with the ball on the back as part of a complete suction cup mount. So that is a quick look at how to attach a RAM-B-238 diamond-shaped plate to the back of a RAM cradle.